and with his position on the drug war, the most kind of conscious. And it's a bizarre political thing. It's bizarre politically, but also it's how do you make sense of it? Jay, I'm curious what your response was to that response to Paul on his newsletters.
Well, I thought that clip right there exemplified why I would never want Ron Paul to be the nominee, but why I love having him in the race for the nomination.
Right.
I mean, that he's clearly never sufficiently answered for those newsletters, and the answer he gave here, he basically gave some of my best black friends are libertarian.
Right. Slash, I like Rosa Parks.
Martin Luther King, a huge libertarian.
Yes, that was the other thing. He invoked Martin Luther King as
all of that civil rights legislation was contrary to his libertarian beliefs.
And his son wants to revoke them, right?
Right. But then,
wait, I want to hear Jay finish before you give Ron Paul his defense.
Yeah, but I want to give him his credit, because the second part of that answer, when he talked about the horrible racial inequities of the so-called war on drugs, it's such a breath of fresh air for anyone in either party to speak about that on such a big stage. And I feel like also on these foreign policy issues, he's the voice of reason so often that, I feel like this stage of the primary season is sort of like the tryout episodes of American Idol. You put all this focus on these outlandish candidates that you know don't really have a shot, but Ron Paul, out of all those sort of
like YouTube clip fodder.
But at least he got all these white Republican voters to hear something about, like, why doesn't a wealthy white person ever get
He's the one sort of William Hahn pants on the back
I don't think it's just white Republican voters. I think that was a huge moment in terms of debate history. I think that was one of the bravest, most honest responses that has ever been given at a presidential debate. And I think Ron Paul should be given some credit for his actions, not for the words of the horrible newsletters, which cannot be apologized away, but I think was just a blatant attempt to gain more people for the libertarian movement and sacrifice, what Ron Paul probably believes in and has practiced his entire life as a doctor, as a physician who never took Medicaid or Medicare.
But let me say